So in every business, we will do pretty much anything to make sure the client gets what it is that they need. And that's my underlining principle of anything in life. If you're going to do it, go and do it really, really well. So this kind of brings me on to the next bit. You may have wondered why you've just sat on a blue squidgy plastic car thing. And the reason is it's called the 2CV Challenge. Now, the 2CV Challenge is me, personally, going that extra mile to raise a lot of money for charity. So the goal is to raise over £100,000 for Dementia UK. Now, as we like to do things a little bit differently, we're not going to go down the kind of corporate sponsorship route. We thought it would be a lot more fun to get people to bet me to do things or not to do things and pay a lot of money to be able to do it. All of the money, of course, then goes to charity. And it'll be a lot of fun because they're going to be really, really silly challenges, I hope. So the challenge itself is me setting off from the French Alps in the middle of winter next year in my little old 2CV and driving home again. So there's going to be no motorways, there's going to be no dual carriageways, there's going to be no sat-nav, there's going to be no preacher comforts, there's not going to be anything at all like that. The first challenge, of course, is going to be simply getting home. So I bought this car about 2 or 3 months ago, and 3 or 4 weeks ago it blew up. So it's not boding well at all to do the long trip back next year. So just to give you an idea of some of the challenges to sort of whet your appetite a little bit, a friend of mine turned around and said to me, right Steve, you've got your car, I want you to make the top of your car look like a head of hair. So I don't know how I'm going to do that, but he said I'll give you 250 quid if you do it. So I thought, well, that's great, that's 250 quid towards the big goal. Then a friend of mine turned around and said, I bet that you won't dress up as a French maid every time you fill up with petrol. Now the petrol tank on this car's red, so I'm going to be filling up with petrol a lot, bringing my French maid's outfit up. But for 250 quid, again, it gets us towards that magical figure of £100,000. So we're going to publicise all of the bets online. Within the next month or so, there'll be a specific website, there'll be YouTube channels, and it'll all be all over social media as the 2CV Challenge. There'll be a list of bets that I thought might be fun and a bit silly. But what I'd really like for all of you to be able to do, please spread the word, is to think of your own crazy challenges. The crazier, the sillier, the better. And if they're legal and moral, and you're going to bet me enough money, then I absolutely promise I'll do it. But I don't dress up for less than 50 quid, so we're talking about sort of decent money, please. We're looking for as much support as possible with the challenge. Every penny raised will go towards dementia. I was talking with a business colleague of mine a couple of weeks ago, and he's also suggested that he'll do it. So he's gone off and he's bought himself an old 2CV. So if anybody fancies us on the actual challenge, or you know anybody stupid enough to want to do that in an old 2CV in the middle of winter, the one thing to remember, the most you can spend on a car is £2 because you can't have anything that works, and you've also got to raise a lot of money for charity as well.